today's video, we are going to be talking about buying off-market properties and what that means. So let's get after it right now. All right, it is super sunny here in western Montana. My name is Diana Filkins. I am a realtor serving Missoula and the Bitterroot, and we are currently in Florence, and we will be driving north on 93, which is the major highway, towards Missoula. So I'll let you know when we get there, but I wanted to show you these gorgeous views of the Bitterroot Mountains. Like, I can't get enough of it. I love it. So, off-market properties, shall we? So, what does that mean? How do you find them? Like, what is all of that? So, I'm encountering this issue quite a bit with buyers that I'm currently helping. And I have some buyers that are out of state, which have reached out to me through this lovely YouTube channel, which has been great. But I also have some other buyers that I'm supporting, and they live here locally. And the inventory in the Missoula and the Bitterroot area it's low. There are not that many houses for sale, and the ones that are for sale have been sitting for a long time. Therefore, there must be something wrong with it. They're not very desirable properties, or the ones that do go on the market and are desirable properties get snatched up super quick, and we're left with a low inventory, so there's not much to pick from. And frankly, buyers are getting frustrated. There's not much to pick from, and they need to move. So what do you do? First, you reach out to me so I can help you, obviously. I'm just kidding. But seriously, do reach out to me. All my contact information is down in the description box below. Call, text, email. And you are going to reach out to me. And once we have looked at everything that's currently available and you have thoroughly decided that none of those are going to work for you, then we're going to go on to plan B. And plan B is for me to reach out to past sellers and just frankly ask them, like, hey, you had your house for sale 3 months ago. By any chance, would you entertain an offer? Would you sell right now? Sometimes yes and sometimes no. I would say 75% of the time they say, yeah, okay, I'll sell. Or maybe in a month because they just had surgery. That's why they pulled their house off the market, which is doable too. Or the answer might be no. So it's just frankly just asking. And a lot of buyers agents don't offer this because it's time consuming. It is time consuming, I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it. If it's going to find the right property for my buyer, then I'm gonna take the time to do it. Like, that's what the job entails. I'm not gonna be deterred from doing an activity that will help my buyers find their dream home. Like, that's absurd. But a lot of buyers agents don't know how to do this. It's Diet Coke. Just hits the spot. A lot of buyers agents don't know how to do this, or just frankly don't offer it. But I do, and I'll be very upfront with you. The answer might be yes, the answer might be no. And I will pull a list based on the criteria that we have discussed, and I'll pull a list of past sellers, and I'll go back as far as 180 days. And if it's a good fit, then I will call that seller and see what's going on. Sometimes yes and sometimes no. And that's where you have to get creative agent that's creative, that's going to think outside the box. So I'm encountering this issue where plan A of active listings on the MLS is a no-go. They have also looked at for sale by owners listings, and that's also a no-go. They haven't seen anything they like. And then plan B is to find off-market properties. Now, these folks, they truly do want a unicorn. And I'm going to pause that right here because this is Florence. The only thing that's going on is one gas station, one post office, one fire station, one or two banks, and maybe one or two restaurants. And I'll be frank with you, I don't love the restaurants here. It's Bear's Lair, and then I think there's another bar back there, which have I been to it like once, maybe? I don't even remember. See, it's not memorable. And that was Florence. And we're done. So, there's an Ace Hardware here too, so that's a win. Okay, so this is 93 north towards Missoula, so that's where we're going. So these lovely folks, they want a unicorn. And we're just, I love unicorns. My daughter, we're like knee deep in the unicorn phase. So I'm all about unicorns, sunshines, and rainbows over here. So you tell me you want to find a unicorn property, I say, oh yeah, let's do it. So plan C, I reached out to 150 agents here in Missoula and the Bitterroot, and just frankly asked them, hey, what do you got going on? Do you have a property that might fit this criteria? Here's what they like, here's what they don't like, here's their price point. Do you have it coming up? Do you know of any people that are like sellers that are sitting on the sidelines, like waiting for spring, that might entertain an offer earlier? Like, just asking. I mean, just asking goes a long way. And I've already gotten a couple hits. Now, it might work out, it might work out, and it might not. But it's worth it. But it's time consuming. I have zero problems doing it, but other agents, they just frankly won't. Like, find something on Zillow, send it to me, and we'll go and look at it. But if their dream home is not on Zillow or not on the MLS, then your buyers could get discouraged. Like, shoot, I get discouraged when you're like, you really like nothing from the MLS? Like, I get it. My husband and I, when we were looking for a house here, we were looking for the unicorn. And you know what? We found it. And it is glorious. And it has been a wonderful home for us, but also a wonderful investment, which has been great. So if plan C doesn't work, then we're going to need to re-strategize. And that's where we'll need to set up another meeting and go through all of their wants and their needs and prioritize them. Like, what are you willing to budge on? What are you absolutely not willing to budge on? And having those conversations, and not discouraging conversations, but ones that are encouraging. And it's more like a brainstorming session or a strategizing session, like with your buyer, to talk about what can we do, how can we make this work. So it's definitely thinking outside the box, and of course keeping a very close eye on what comes on the MLS, like daily. That's really important. That matches their criteria. But also noticing what comes off of the MLS, and maybe property A came off of the MLS yesterday, and it's not a 100% fit, but maybe it's like a 75% fit, but maybe they're willing to lower the price, so it might work out for the buyer. It's like this dance, you know. I equate real estate to like a dance. Like the buyers dance a little bit, and then the sellers dance a little bit, and then the buyer's agent and the listing agent, we all dance a little bit, and we all dance to meet each other in the middle. And then we have a dance party at closing. So getting creative, thinking outside the box, it's an absolute necessity if you are a buyer and for your buyer's agent. So don't be afraid to challenge your buyer's agent, your agent, to think outside the box. And if they are not willing to do so, or if they have no idea how to do so, then get another one. I'm a huge proponent of interviewing 2 to 3 realtors before you decide on one. Because you're also going to be spending a lot of time with this person, and you want to make sure that you at least like them and that you feel like they're on your team. Like, that's so incredibly important. So if you're not getting that from your agent, then get a new one. You need a recommendation? Reach out. I would be happy to put you into the right hands, even if you're not buying here in Montana. That's a-okay. I am very well connected all over the United States, and I'd be happy to put you in the right hands, somebody who's going to take care of you, and somebody who will use these strategies but in a different state. I won't hold it against you if you're not going to move here. Do you see me winking? All right, I think that's it. Leave any comments down below, questions. I would love to keep this conversation going. And yeah, reach out if you're going to be buying or selling here in Missoula or the Bitterroot. I would be delighted and honored to help you. And I am an out-of-the-box thinker with critical thinking skills, which you think is like common sense, or like everybody has it now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but critical thinking is like gone out the window. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. All right. Diana Filkins, realtor in Missoula and the Bitterroot here in Western Montana. And until next time, take care.